How's it everyone? My name is BINX. I am a South African pop artist and producer, and I'm so excited to be bringing you this video today because I'm going to be talking about Spotify Wrapped 2022, and they are doing some crazy cool things this year that I had to share it with you, and I hope that you'll get to do them yourselves and add them to your music profile as well. So let's get straight into it. If you don't follow me on Spotify or Instagram, so I was going to say on Spotify Wrapped, on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything is at BINX Official, and my music under Spotify is BINX and all streaming platforms. So let's get straight into it. So if you go to artist.spotify.com, you'll see on the homepage that it says get ready with your Wrapped sound check. Now it should be displaying on your main homepage. There's quite a few different buttons that are displaying on my profile, so I'm going to put a little box up here for you to follow along. So basically on my homepage they are promoting the Wrapped kind of all over my homepage. So I've got a get ready with your Wrapped sound check, and right next to that I've got refresh your merch for Wrapped. I've got create a video for 2022 Wrapped, building a fan base, blah blah blah, refresh your Spotify or your Spotify shop, right, with merch. And yeah, so if you go to the top, you should be able to click get ready with your Wrapped sound check. We're going to go through these things one by one and help you get your Wrapped set up for 2022, because it's awesome and it's really going to hopefully build up a lot more of your fan base, because you know this was never a thing. You know, usually Spotify Wrapped, they just sort of take all of your stream counts at the end of the year and show it to your fans. Now the fact that they're integrating merch and show dates and all these different things, it's really just like almost like free advertising, where they're going to push you to all the listeners, I think all the listeners that you had this year, which is really just what independent artists especially need. You know, you can always use that extra bump of promotion. So let's go one by one. So the first thing that you can do for your Wrapped is a video message. Now the video message is 30 seconds long, and you can thank your fans and also tease what you have coming up in 2023. So if you've got some show dates coming up, if you've just launched a merch line, if you are planning an upcoming album release or single release, you can talk about what a wonderful year you had, talk about your releases, highlight those, thank everybody for streaming and taking the time to support you, and then also maybe tease a little something about what's to come in your world in 2023. So very exciting. They tell you not to use any logos, no brand things, no music, no lyrics, no songs in the background. They just want you talking with a quiet background, just thanking your fans. And so a couple things I do need to mention about these Spotify Wrapped tools this year. They have deadlines. So a lot of these deadlines have already passed. So if you did miss out on those, I would still suggest trying to do it if you can, because you just never know. So we'll get back into that at the end. But for this video message, it's the deadline is November 18th, so you do still have 4 days left to get that video up, because it's November 14th today. So if you could squeeze that 30-second video in just to thank your fans, it's going to be such an awesome way for listeners who just newly discovered you this year to get to see a little bit of your personality, which they've never, you know, been able to see before. Possibly, you know, your real fans who know you will obviously appreciate it, but for the new listeners who have come to your page throughout the year, they're going to get that refresh, and they're going to be able to put a face and a personality to that music and to those lyrics and that song that you released this year, which is really, really cool. So it kind of takes it to that next human level, which is really going to be an awesome thing. So November 18th, get to your Spotify Wrapped ASAP, do that video and get that up. The next cool thing is put your merch center stage. This one I particularly love as well, because Spotify partnered with Shopify this year. I'm not too sure exactly which date it was when they partnered with them, but highlighting your merch is going to be hopefully a sales driver for new and returning fans. So if you've got merch, I definitely suggest getting your Shopify organized and sorted If you would like a second video of me walking you through how to utilize Shopify, I can do that as well. So just let me know in the comments below, because that's going to be a whole other video in itself, because it took me quite some time to figure that out. And if you don't have your Shopify set up correctly, your merch is not going to fully display on your profile. So all the merch that I had listed was not displaying correctly on my profile, and it took some time to figure that out on how to properly get that displayed. For example, there was a piece that I had recently designed that was my favorite piece of my merch collection, and I, for some reason, couldn't get it to highlight on the top of my page, and I just figured it out, and I still resubmitted it. I still published it in hopes that, you know, if they're still busy working, if they're being a little lenient with their deadline, it may still get to go through. So that's why I recommend, you know, even though there's deadlines, so for example, the merch deadline was November 7th, and that was last week, so I was scrambling to get that done. But if you have the time, I would recommend trying to just do it, because all of these tools are new, and I don't know how strict Spotify is with their deadlines. They, you know, may really have cut the deadline already on November 7th. However, because these are new things and they're still promoting it to me as though I can still change and edit things, I'm assuming they're being a little more lenient because they're rolling out these new tools, and not all artists know about these features yet. So a lot of artists may still be scrambling to finish these last minute. So you never know. Don't just, you know, be like, oh well, the deadline has passed. It might actually get some fire under you anyway, just to get it up. And even if it's not in the Wrapped, you can still get to promote it on your other social platforms. So there's really no lose-lose there. It's going to be a win-win. So the merch, so for the merch displaying, which I will explain in the Shopify video, you can highlight a certain amount of merch that you want to feature. So for example, on my artist profile, I've got 3 pieces featured right here, and then below that it's got all other merch, and you can scroll through my merch, and if you keep scrolling down, it'll show you the link to the full Shopify store as well. But if you do click on, I'm pretty sure if you click on the merch, it'll lead you to Shopify. Let's test that out real quick. So I'll type in BINX on Spotify and then go down to the merch, and I'll click on it. Yes, so it takes me straight to Shopify, where your fans can go and shop all of your goodies. And so yes, so you'll be able to feature your favorite merch. And so one thing to note, the latest thing that you've published or uploaded to your Shopify is going to be what's going to be pushed out in your Spotify Wrapped. So if you can somehow save your favorite design till the very last thing that you publish, but also again, the deadline situation, you don't want to wait too long with that. They'll be able to push out your favorite top merch that you think does really well through that. Okay, so scrolling down, the next thing that we have is highlighting your upcoming shows. Now this is going to be cool, because if you've got tour dates next year, for listeners that were new to your page this year, if they didn't know, you know, you as an artist before, they just kind of heard your song, and now they're getting promoted about your show and your personality and all these things, they might actually be a seat filler in your next show. Like, they might come to your next show if you're in their town, or they see you pop up on their feed with your show dates. So that's such an exciting one to include as well. It's like I said, it's all extra promotion for you. So this is just something you want to jump on board and put it in there and let Spotify do the rest and showcase it to all your listeners. And then finally, there's also a place where you can rally fans to support you or a cause that you care about. And this is so important. You know, we all should be shining lights on things that are important to us, so that we can just make this world a better place. So if you've got a special cause that you'd like to bring attention and awareness to, this is such a fantastic tool for you to include as well. This one does not look like it has a deadline, so get your fundraising button up there. And the show deadline, it doesn't look like there's a deadline for that one either. I might be mistaken. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is going to be a deadline for the show dates, so I guess, but sooner rather than later, you don't want to mess with the times. But so that's basically it for Spotify Wrapped 2022. I'm excited when yours comes out. comment the link or comment your artist profile down below so we can all go and check it out, check out your music. This is going to be an amazing community of, you know, supporting independent artists. So I'm excited to see your Wrapped this year. So definitely share that when it comes out. I'm excited to see your merch, your show dates, and all of those good things. So thanks to Spotify this year for amping it up for us. We're excited. But that'll be all for this video, and if you don't follow me on other platforms, make sure to follow me at BINX Official. Make sure to like, subscribe if this video was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!